Hey now guys, what is happening? I am back with another review for you, the epic collection that is Black Widow Volume 1. Beware the Black Widow. Some Silver Age and Bronze Age stories here for you, covering 1964 to 1971, written by Stan Lee, who did the Tales of Suspense books, Roy Thomas, who did the Avengers stories, as well as Amazing Adventures, Don Heck, John Buscema, and Gene Colan doing the artwork for various stories. Yeah, and pretty much, guys, in a nutshell, this is just a mishmash, hodgepodge of appearances by Ms. Romanov right there. And if you pretty much have Amazing Spider-Man, Avengers, Daredevil, you pretty much have these issues right here. There's really no point in getting this book unless you're a diehard Black Widow fan, or like me, you're a diehard collector. Some fun stuff though. I will say it's fun seeing Natasha, the Black Widow's progression from Soviet spy to Americanized Russian superheroine. She basically fights her way, fights Iron Man, meets up with Hawkeye and gets him to do her dirty work for her. Then she gets captured by the commies, the Chinese, the Soviets, becomes brainwashed, fights the Avengers, then gets unbrainwashed, then hooks up with Hawkeye, then breaks up with Hawkeye, then goes off on her own as her own woman, has adventures of her own, and then ends up hooking up with Daredevil. That's pretty much the trajectory in this volume. Yeah, I mean, if you have Amazing Spider-Man Volume 6, you'll have issue 86 of Spider-Man, where she meets Spider-Man. Volumes 2, 3, and even 4 of Avengers, you'll have what's in this collection. Daredevil 81 appears in Daredevil Volume 4, so you'll have that issue. You'll basically be double dipping, guys. I'm not gonna lie. And there's really nothing wrong with double dipping or even triple dipping. It's good to read a story again after many months, once you've forgotten it and gotten out of your head. It's good to go back and read the stories again. But pretty much these are all just appearances in other books that she did, that because at the time she didn't have her own book. Let me get that in the light there. The only set of stories that are in this volume that you can't get anywhere else is the Amazing Adventures stories, the issues, which is just issue 1 through 8. It was a split book with the Inhumans at the time. It was pretty good, minor stuff. You have her fighting some dude named the Astrologer at one point, and the Watch Lord. Corny, cheesy stuff. But the first 4 issues of Amazing Adventures has her helping this Puerto Rican kid named Carlos, fighting a mobster slash political figure. So Natasha has, she gets down and dirty in the gritty streets. She goes to Spanish Harlem, which back in the 70s, 60s and 70s was a pretty rough neighborhood, along with the Bronx. So it's cool that they mix her in with street level thugs and crooks, and then with a super powered villain later on. Hippies too. I was gonna say, the Astrologer has this gang of hippies, and they even tackle suicide at one point in issue 5, which is pretty heavy stuff. It's pretty remarkable how she, just 7 years earlier, in 1964, she's a stereotypical Russian Soviet spy sent to destroy America, and she hates America and she hates capitalism, and then she ends up by 1971 becoming a naturalized citizen and saying how much she loves her adopted country. It's progress, evolution. It's pretty cool. So not really much here, guys. Like I said, a lot of hodgepodge appearances from other books, and then you have Amazing Adventures 1 to 8. But it's cool. It's cool. I recommend it for anybody who is a Black Widow fan or just a good old collector. I will say the next book I will read is Volume 2, The Coldest War, which covers 1981 to 1998. So it's a 17 years. Wow, math is off. 17 years of Miss Natasha as the Black Widow. And this one pretty much has just like tons, like 5 graphic novels and other appearances in other books. But she's more established here as her own character, her own hero, than anything else. And this is the back cover of it. This is later on, around 1989 or 1990, when she rejoins the Avengers officially. She never really joins the Avengers, by the way. She's never a member of the Avengers. She just hooks up with Hawkeye, and he's a member, but she's just there along for the ride and doesn't really do anything. But she does save the Avengers a couple of times. At one point when she meets up with Spider-Man, she just tests him to see how his powers work. And then with Daredevil, she saves him from drowning and then later teams up with him to fight the Owl. So it's fun. There's a lot of fun stuff here, but minor though, because she's a minor character. It's like Ms. Marvel, Morbius, Black Panther. You know, this is like a character epic collection rather than a comic book series like X-Men or Spider-Man or Avengers or Fantastic Four. But I still say check it out, guys. Black Widow Volume 1, Beware the Black Widow, which takes its title from Amazing Spider-Man 86. And then coming up next, The Coldest War Volume 2. So I'll be back in a couple of days to review this one. And that's it, guys. And that's it for Black Widow. Just 2 volumes for her in the classic era. And of course, there's also a modern era Black Widow book series, but I don't have that yet. Never say never. All right, guys, that's enough. Have a great night, and I'll see you in a couple days. Bye.